Greetings, we back. This medicine man, and we're gonna talk about this love binding spell that we're about to work on. In this particular spell, we got someone who has a situation where their spouse is kind of cheating and been gone for a minute, and we're going to bring them back, get him binded so he can stay home. There's many ingredients you can use within the binding spell. I mean, it's like all kind of different ingredients you can use, you know. It just depends on your cultural outtake and your cultural outlook on how you approach nature and how you manipulate the forces of nature, you know, the elements, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and you use those elements and bend them in certain ways to manipulate situations. So one of the things that we're going to do here is we're going to look at the different situations that's going on in this one work. He's gone and cheating and also has money issues. So what we're doing here is bringing them a little prosperity, binding them and bringing them back all in one at the same time. Instead of separating the jobs and say, well, there's 3 different jobs, so, you know, you got to pay for this, you have to pay for this and this. We're combining all 3 into one, and we're making a Mojo bag. We're giving her powders in order to use along with the work. But not to get into detail about that part, but let me show you how one of the ways that, and for this particular situation, that we make these mojos. So we begin by writing the person's name on the paper and binding them with some type of seal or whatnot, writing their name and the person's name and special powders, special herbs, different prayers are written on the back of these papers, the brown paper bags, because that's something that was traditionally used by the traditional hoodoo workers and root workers. So it's something that's still around and still strong and people still using it. So we have that. And there's many different things that people do when they write your name. I've seen some root workers use paint along with specific animal blood mixed into paint that they've ceremonially, ritualistically done things to it to enhance the properties and to transfer the power of the totem animal into the paint, and then use the paint after it's consecrated to write with. It's a whole lot better than using regular ink or regular lead, you know, things like that. So that's one of the things we do. You know, the second thing is, what I have here is, fortunately, I've been fortunate enough to have the hair of the person. So we're going to get some of this hair. We're actually not even going to touch it. Not even going to touch it. I'm just going to take the hair that's in here. And we're just going to roll it up. Certain things were already done to the hair already previously, so we're just rolling it up. Placing it here. Now, we added our roots and herbs that we've already put oils on top of. We put some oils on top of the roots and herbs, and we're coming back and putting more oils on top of it. here. Put some more oils on top of it. Now we're gonna give it a little smoke. This is just kind of like a demonstration on what's going on, because later I'll finish doing the rest of the work. But I'm just giving you a guy's idea on how this real hoodoo be looking like. Because I know a lot of times we read in books and see all type of different views on what hoodoo is and what it's not, and we get all these things, but from a traditional root worker, somebody's been doing this thing all his life. Here's what it looks like. So we got some chamomile and life everlasting herbs, along with a few other things I got here. It's a beehive. It comes from a beehive that was under a tree. So we got that in there. We got some ashes from certain places for particular reasons. We have mountain dirt. I'll give that ingredient up. It's one of the ingredients that I talk about a whole lot. Mountain dirt can be used for creating obstacles and even removing obstacles. So it's something that we often put, all kind of root workers and shamans, we often put it in our work. We often do that because the mountain has that energy, the type of energy where, smoke it a little bit, but the mountain has that type of energy where it's an unmovable object. The only way that object can really be moved if you go around it, under it, over it. So it's definitely an obstacle remover and an obstacle creator. During this time is the best time to say your prayers and knock over candles and stuff like that. And I don't make a big thing about the candles being knocked over. One thing I know for sure, and one thing for certain, when there is a problem, even within the ritual, you'll begin to experience problems. Simple things like, this is a love binding work. So look what happens. I'm smoking it, and pow, the red candle marked with his name, with a rusty nail, of course, fell. It didn't burn anything, but it fell. So it gives me an inclination, a clue that something's taking place inside the love aspect of the work and the relationship. So now that we got that done, we're going to move into the next part, the work, which is kind of wrapping the bag up And that's the farthest we're going to go with this part. So all I'm going to show y'all is how I'm going to wrap it up. So pull it out. More work to do to it. In this case, I'm holding the phone, so I can't. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull it off with one hand. Every time you turn the bag towards you, you know, I know many of us deal with intents. I deal with desires. It's all cool. We pull it in. And we kind of move it over. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see. I might can get it. Hold on. I might can get it. Wait 1 second. Let's see. I'll flip it inside.